Welcome to Raisin Bar Sports Picks, where we get picks and analysis of some of our favorite games. At the same time, we have ice cold beverage. Today's Wednesday, February 12th, 2020. Yesterday we went 6-4-1, moving plus 4 units. So again, we had another positive day. If you follow the scale unit that we have in place, you came away with a little bit of money. We were 6-4-1, which that one push was actually unfortunate. It was that over/under with the Ducks game. They didn't play the game because of the unfortunate collapse of one of their players. So hopefully he's okay. Our beer for today, we're looking at Desired Effects. It's a double IPA and is made by and brewed by a company called Honored Brewing Company. Now they're dedicated to giving honor and help to veterans. The website's dedicated to it. They have different events. They have a lot of their proceeds go to helping veterans and serving families of fallen veterans. So you might want to really check them out. And you know, really look at what they're about and how their website is set up. I like what they're doing. All their cans and everything. This one actually has a soldier's boots untied, and it seems like it's a pretty cool company. So their website and their link will be in the description, along with, if you want to skip all this and you want to go down and you just want to go right to the picks, the timestamp will be right in the description. All you gotta do is click on it. You skip all the hoopla and go right to it. All right. Some people like actually the beer portion of this. You know, I do. I like trying these new beers. You know, there's a funny story. Yesterday I went to a Dunkin' Donuts, and here's the can. All right. I went to Dunkin' Donuts with a couple of friends of mine, and one friend offered to buy coffee. So, and they're like cracking on me because I'm always trying something new and always trying something, you know, crazy, right? So I'm like, no, I want black coffee, which I have been drinking black coffee, no creamer or whatever, you know, try to do the healthy thing, right? So they're cracking on me. Yeah, right. So we get to the Dunkin' Donuts and pull up. They say, I want a medium coffee black. I want a medium coffee black. You know, macho, whatever, right? And I pull up and I see pink velvet coffee, right? And I say very loudly in my own way, I want that pink velvet. And they turn to me and they're like, what the hell did you just say? And I want that pink velvet. You know, they cracked on me because I'm always trying something new. Yeah, it might sound feminine, or it might sound whatever you want to call it, right? But it was actually pretty damn good. So if you get a chance, you know, while we're taste testing these beers, and it's an earlier show today, go get yourself one of those pink velvet coffees. They're pretty good. It really is pink. So I don't know. I'm always trying something new. So here we go. I got some fruit in there. It's like a mellow taste. It's not overwhelming in the least bit. I really can't tell you what that aftertaste is. It's interesting. It's maybe because it's early. The smell It smells like it would be bitter, but it's not bitter. So the smell is going to throw you off. But the taste is actually pretty good. There's a little bit of fruit, maybe a little bit of like a, I want to say maybe like a pine or something. You know, it's okay. It's not bad. So check that brewing company out. Check what they're about. They do everything for veterans. Everything their name is called Honor because they're all about giving honor to veterans. So it seems like a really cool mission and a really cool goal. Great goal, you know. So check them out. All right, to the picks. Not a lot of games on today, so quickly we'll run through them. In the NCAA, our first pick, we're going to be looking at Creighton at number 23 and Seton Hall. That game is at 6:30 tonight. That game is at 6:30 tonight. Against the spread, Creighton 13-9-1, Seton Hall 15-7-1. Straight up, Creighton 18-6, Seton Hall 18-5. So it's pretty close, right? And over under 10-12-1, Seton Hall 9-13-1. Seton Hall at home, they have a really nice home record. They're 10-2. Away, Creighton is only 4-5. The home record against the spread, 8-3-1 for Seton Hall, so they've been covering, and away for Creighton against the spread, 4-4-1. Creighton is coming on a 1-game win, and Seton Hall 2-game winning streak. With this pick, we're taking Seton Hall to cover for our first pick. Right now they're favored by 6. By the time you put the bet in, the lines probably moved because it is early. I did not wait for the lines to move today. I got things to do today, so early show, see how this early show goes, right? It's going to be a 1 unit for me. That's the first pick. Next pick of the day. Number 3, Kansas at 7 o'clock this evening versus number 14, West Virginia. Right now, Kansas is favored. No, my bad. Right now, West Virginia is favored because they're home by 2. Kansas 13-10 against the spread. West Virginia 13-10. Straight up, Kansas 20-3. West Virginia 18-5. Over under, Kansas 7-16. West Virginia 7-16. The away record for Kansas is 10-2, and West Virginia is undefeated at home. It's very tough to go into West Virginia and win. Very tough. But regardless of that, we are looking at Kansas for the win at the money line. That's going to be a 3 unit. Remember, I look at things analytically. I got different things I look at as far as numbers, and I started watching the line yesterday. Next game we are looking at the Temple Owls at 8 o'clock this evening. Is that the next game I'm looking at? Hold on, wait a minute. Yep, 8 o'clock, Temple versus Tulane. 65% of the money is going to Temple right now. Temple is favored by 3 against the spread, 10-13, straight up 12-11, and over under 8-15. Tulane against the spread, 12-11, straight up 10-13, over under 12-11. Temple's away record 5-7, and against the spread they are also 5-7. Home record for Tulane 6-4. home record against the spread 4-6. Tulane is a horrible team. They are a horrible team. I mean, Temple is not far behind them, but you know, they just seem like they're middle of the pack. Obviously, if you hear their records, right? But with this pick, we're going with Temple, the Temple Owls, to win money line. 2 unit. Moving quickly. I'm not crazy about the taste. I mean the smell. The taste it's fine. The smell for some reason is getting me. It's getting me. Next game, 8:30 this evening. We're looking at Providence versus St. John's. Providence versus St. John's at 8:30. All times are Eastern. Providence right now is favored by 2. Okay, St. John's, they're 12-9-2 against the spread, straight up 13-11, and over under 7-16. Against the spread, 9-13-1 for Providence. Straight up 13-11, and the over under 11-2. St. John's home record 10-5, and Providence's away record 4-8. We're rolling with the Owls. Oh, I'm sorry. That was my last pick. Sorry. We're looking at, and we're rolling with Providence. One unit. And that's a money line for a 1 unit. Moving on, moving on. Next, we're looking at 8:30, and this is the last NCAA game we're looking at. I obviously like betting on smaller schools, so Marquette, number 18, and Villanova at number 15. Obviously, we know Villanova's woes, right? Just losing that last game. They were coming back. It was a good game, but that heartbreaker. It was a heartbreaker for me. That's for sure. All right, Marquette. Against the spread, 14-9. Villanova, 10-13. Straight up, 17-6, and Villanova 17-6. Over under, 13-9-1 for Marquette. 9-13-1 for Villanova. Villanova's pretty damn good at home. They're 10-2. And Marquette's home record, or away record, is 5-5. The home against the spread, Villanova 6-6, and Marquette 6-4 against the spread. Mediocre, very, very mediocre. Marquette's actually coming off of a 3-game winning streak, and Villanova is on a 3-game losing streak. So they're one's feeling each other themselves, and the other one's not, right? But Villanova's Villanova. They're not going to. They're not the Villanova of the past. They're not the Villanova of the past. That's for sure. But they're not going to stay in the dumps. They're going. They know what they got to do to get into the. They've been in the brackets for years now, right? And they've been playing in March. They're not going to continue to lose these games. Our pick is Villanova Wildcats to win money line. That's a 2 unit. All right. Next, we have a couple NBA games tonight. The first one we're looking at is 7 o'clock tonight. Atlanta versus Cleveland. Atlanta versus Cleveland. Against the spread, Atlanta 25-29-1, Cleveland 22-29-2. Straight up, Atlanta 15-40, Cleveland 13-40. Over under 32-23. Cleveland 29-23-1. Atlanta, they're just coming off a loss from from Orlando, a very high scoring game, right? And before that, New York, they won. It was another high scoring game. They score a lot of points. But on the other hand, Cleveland, they lose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're on a 6-game losing streak, and they don't score a lot of points. We're rolling with Atlanta Hawks to win this money line. We're rolling with the Hawks, 2 unit. Next game, and our last game, our last NBA game, we're looking at Miami versus Utah. Miami versus Utah. Miami, or Utah, is favored by 4.5. 26-25-2 against the spread. Straight up 35-18. Over under 28-25. Miami 28-23-2. 35-18 straight up. 30-22-1 over under. With this pick, we're going with Utah money line. Utah money line. Now 2 unit. And our final game for today's picks. Our final game. We're going over to the NHL. There's only a very few. I believe there's only 3 games. We're going with one of them. We're looking at the Chicago game and Vancouver. 25-30 against the spread for Chicago. Vancouver 31-26. Straight up units. 0.7 for Chicago. 5.5 for Vancouver. The over under 26-28-1. Vancouver 30-24-3. Right now, Vancouver Canucks, they are favored, and that's who we are rolling with. We're rolling with Vancouver Canucks to win the game. And that is 1 unit. Got a couple 1 units today. That means I like it, I don't love it. All right, of all my picks, I like them the least. So that's why we'll do it. All right. So we have a couple games today. A little recap. We're looking at Seton Hall with a 6, Lane to 6. That's a 1 unit. Kansas money line, that's a 3 unit. Temple Owls money line, that's a 2 unit. Providence money line, that's a 1 unit. Villanova money line, that's a 2 unit. That's for the NCAA. Moving over to NBA, we have the Hawks money line, that's a 2 unit. Utah money line, that's a 2 unit. And the Canucks over at NHL, that's a 1 unit. So those are our picks for today. I appreciate you coming by the bar. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe our page. Go over to our Twitter account. We have exclusive picks throughout games, in the middle of the game, before the game. We'll just have games that we select that we do not talk about here. All right? When we eventually move on to other social media platforms, we'll do the same there, whether it be giveaways or different picks. But please be sure to check those other sites out, those other platforms out, so you can benefit and make some money and put some in your pocket. We appreciate you coming by the bar. Until next time.